Number 10. Iron Age Idol. In Ireland, archaeologists have found one of the creepiest and most mysterious ancient objects in the whole country. The object in question was recovered from a bog and has been dated at 1600 years old. It's a wooden sculpture about 8 feet tall, created from the split trunk of an oak tree. The sculpture was made to look kind of like a human figure, with a very small head and a bunch of random notches carved into its body. Additionally, the mysterious object was found with more mysterious objects such as animal bones and a dagger that was likely used in rituals. Right now, the strange object is being called the Gurtnakrana idol. That's a mouthful, we know, but that's just what they decided to call it. It's the largest of its kind ever found in Ireland. According to Eve Campbell, an archaeologist working closely with trying to identify this bizarre creation, it was probably made to look like some sort of pagan deity. However, experts don't know what deity the idol was really supposed to look like or why it ended up being buried alongside a ritualistic dagger and a heap of animal remains. Some experts believe it may have been a substitute for a human in a creepy ritual. The weird idol is being held at University College Dublin and will later be put on display at the National Museum of Ireland. Number 9. Beach Mystery. A mysterious object has been found on an Australian beach and nobody is really sure what the heck it is. The object looked like some kind of metal ball, partly hidden beneath the sand. It was about 3 feet wide and way too heavy to have been moved by the ocean currents. It definitely would have sunk. An excavator pulled the metal object out of the sand, but there was nothing on it that gave any clues as to where it came from or what it was used for. A few months later, things got really creepy when the exact same mysterious object reappeared on a different beach in Australia, this time off the north coast. A man named Ken Miles was on the beach in the morning when he came across the bizarre object. This time, the orb was connected to a long black piece of plastic wrapped up in a fishing net. It appeared to be very old. While most people couldn't figure out the mystery, a fishing expert named Barry Cooter believes he knows what the object is. He thinks it's an FAD, or a fish aggregating device. It's used for fishing in the middle of the ocean, along with dozens of others like it, casting a massive net that poaches thousands of fish at the same time. Cooter and a few other people consider the object to be a type of destructive system of the oceans. Number 8. The Orb From Space. Our next mysterious object comes all the way from the year 1897, when it was discovered in Binghamton. It was the month of November when something that looked like a great ball of fire fell out of the sky above New York. A man named Jeremiah McDonald witnessed the flaming ball from his window. He watched where the fiery orb hit the ground and went to investigate early the next day. So far as the story goes, when he came to the place where the fireball had landed, he discovered a spherical metal object that, even though it had landed the night before, was still piping hot. He had to pour water on it for a few seconds before he was even able to touch it. Then he brought it to his office and broke the sphere open. Inside the sphere was a triangular object with curious markings on its surface. To this day, nobody knows what the triangular object was. At the time, McDonald thought he had found a piece of technology from another world. It obviously wasn't a meteorite since it was metal and marked with strange symbols. We don't know what happened to the object in the end or where it is now. And as for McDonald, he went on to open his own medicine business, claiming to somehow be able to cure all the different ailments of the day. What do you think the strange object that dropped from the sky was? Why was it so hot? Where did it go? Is this story even real? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and if you're liking this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe buttons if you haven't already. Number 7. Ancient Coin. A little girl has discovered a mysterious gold coin in northern Israel, near the Sea of Galilee, during a scavenger hunt game at the ancient Jewish community of Chorazim. The bronze coin is a bit of a mystery, but it is believed to date back at least 1,500 years. According to the Israeli Nature and Parks Authority, the family of the little girl was visiting the archaeological park in the ancient village when the child literally just picked the coin up off the ground. She was extremely lucky, as this is a once-in-a-lifetime kind of find. The ancient bronze coin goes back to at least around the 4th century AD, at a time when this village was in its prime. Nobody knows who minted it, or even what was once depicted on it, because the coin has been so terribly rusted through the years. The child handed it over to park officials, who labeled it a national treasure and will be sending it off to archaeologists to try and figure out just where the coin came from. Discoveries like these make us wonder if there have been numerous ancient objects like this discovered over the years, only to be discarded as if it's nothing. Next time you see something shiny on the ground, pick it up. It might not be trash. It could be a long-lost item of awesome historical value. Number 6. Object in the sky. A mysterious object has been found in a rather unexpected place, hovering in the sky. In July of this year, 2021, 2 airplanes flying through Canadian airspace reported just last week that they saw a strange, bright green object swooping through the clouds in front of them. One of the planes was a military unit that actually had to swerve to avoid the large object, which is being labeled as a literal UFO. The other airplane that saw the object was a commercial aircraft, but they both saw it at the same time over the Gulf of St. Lawrence along the Atlantic coast. What's truly amazing about the sighting is that the pilots had not been in contact with one another, and yet they still described the object in the exact same way. And since one was military, we know the mysterious object obviously has nothing to do with the army. So what was it? That's a really good question. According to the report in the Aviation Incident Database, the green flying object penetrated a cloud and then vanished just as quickly as it had appeared and was not seen again. The pilots agree that it could have been a meteorite, but then again, it was kind of going the wrong way. Meteorites don't usually enter the atmosphere, turn 90 degrees through a cloud, and go back out into space. Number 5. An old pistachio. A very old pistachio nut has been found in Britain. While not that mysterious, it is still kind of a weird object. It was also found in a weird place at the bottom of an ancient well in North Yorkshire. A nut in a well? Well, that's definitely out of place. Archaeologists were excavating the area when they discovered the nut, which they have dated as 2,000 years old. It's currently the oldest nut ever found in Britain. Experts are saying that the nut was picked off a tree sometime around 24 AD. The archaeologists actually had to crack the nut open just to see what kind it was. It turned out to be a pistachio, which had been imported to Italy in the late 30s. So this nut probably came from either Greece or North Africa. Though the experts have no idea how on earth a nut from thousands of miles away made it to the bottom of an English well 2,000 years ago. That part is the real mystery. You must be nuts if you don't think this discovery is at least a little interesting. Number 4. Golden object. For almost 6 months, a mysterious gold object stumped the experts over at the Israel Antiquities Authority. Head of the Robbery Prevention Unit, Amir Ganor, told NBC News that the object is unlike anything he has ever seen before. It was found half a year ago by a maintenance worker who noticed something shiny sticking out of the dirt at a cemetery in Jerusalem. The cemetery is an important archaeological site in the city in which the remains of the people from the Roman, Byzantine, and Crusader eras have been uncovered. The object was dug out of the dirt and found to be 19 pounds. The maintenance worker who dug it up thought at first it was a deadly bomb and immediately phoned the bomb squad unit, who carried out a controlled explosion to get rid of the thing. But the blast didn't even damage it. So then the object was handed over to eager archaeologists. They took x-rays, they did their investigating, and they came up with nothing. The object is coated in 24-karat gold and is completely solid. In the end, it was an Italian guy who solved the mystery. He recognized the object as something called an Isis beamer, created by a German company as an object to provide energy protection for people who deal with healing energies. It turned out to not even be that old. Somebody probably put it in the dirt of someone's grave to give them positive energy in the afterlife. Imagine the look on everyone's face who worked extremely hard to make sure the ancient gold object didn't explode, only to find out it was actually something more modern and positive. How often do you think that happens? Number 3. Mysterious explosive. A mysterious object found in Pakistan turned deadly when a woman was killed and 7 other people were injured following the discovery of a strange object taken out of a local river. The object was discovered by a shepherd who took the thing home, only to have it explode on him. I guess this thing is very different from the thing in the previous listing. The object was described as looking like a balloon, but it turned out to be some kind of mysterious explosive. Nobody knows exactly what happened. The curious object was inert, then all of a sudden, it blew up. The authorities collected pieces of the debris to try and identify the bizarre object, which was probably some kind of forgotten mine or bomb. However, no identification has been made yet, and the 7 injured people are lucky to be alive after the devastating explosion. Number 2. Moon Mass. A mysterious object has been found on the moon, or rather, underneath the largest crater on the moon. The object is an unknown mass identified by researchers at Baylor University. This is no small object either, as researchers claim that the unknown anomaly is at least 5 times bigger than the largest island in Hawaii. That is massive! It's hiding beneath the South Pole Aitken Basin, the largest crater on the moon that you can't actually see because it's on the moon's dark side. From what scientists have been able to put together so far, they believe the mysterious object could be a huge hunk of metal left behind roughly 4 billion years before today by an asteroid that smacked into the moon and formed a crater. That is one huge piece of metal. It's also quite deep, around 186 miles beneath the surface of the moon. It's true that scientists don't know exactly what it is, but they have guessed that the mass is most likely composed of iron and nickel. Do you have any other theories on what it could be? Let us know in the comments. Number 1. Creepy Doll. The Little Miss No-Name doll was designed by Hasbro in the 1960s as an anti-Barbie. Hasbro had thought that the doll, which to be quite honest is ugly and horrifying, would sell extremely well because it would speak to an audience that wasn't into Barbies. She has huge, creepy eyes, tangled hair, and a rather disturbing frown. She was supposed to represent an impoverished child instead of a glamorous one. However, the doll did not go over well at all, and she was pulled from the store shelves almost immediately after being put there. Today, this terrifying doll is a collector's item. Unopened dolls sell for upwards of $1,000. One of them was just spotted for sale online in Damariscotta, Maine. However, almost as soon as the ad went up, it was taken down. We don't know if someone was trying to sell their creepy haunted doll and then decided against giving such a horrifying object to a stranger, or if someone actually bought the disturbing thing. Either way, this is arguably the creepiest doll still around in the US today, even more horrifying to look at than the real Annabelle doll. Would you dare keep a creepy doll like this in your house? Do you know anyone who had one of these? Let us know in the comment section below, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and come back soon for another awesome video. See you next time. Bye!